Hi campers, it's Miss Yaz from Camp Quarantine and Tiny Cupboard Creatives, and welcome to Filipino Fridays. Every Friday I like to share new stuff that I've learned about creatives from the Philippines or inspired by the Philippines because I'm still learning lots and lots and lots that I don't know about the Philippines, being a second generation Filipino Australian. But before I begin and share who the artist is today, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's booked in for the workshop in collaboration with the Philippine Embassy in Canberra and the Tourism Philippines, Australia, New Zealand. That's next Saturday. So if you're on the wait list, we've made it a little bit bigger. So please check your emails. And if you want to join, just head to my website and go under collabs, and the Eventbrite links there to be added to the wait list. So I wanted to share 3 artists today. One is from New Zealand, one is from Melbourne, and one is from the Philippines. Now, before I started going down this rabbit hole of Filipino creatives, I used to, and I still do, love these 2 artists in Melbourne. Well, one of them is from New Zealand. And what happened was I went to an art gallery in an art show that was in a silent theatre. And there's a guy named Roan who likes to paint faces in buildings that are about to be demolished. And he did this collaboration with another artist called Mayonnaise. And so Roan did faces and Mayonnaise did these beautiful script writing. Huge. Let me show you what it looks like. So the artwork looked like this. So this is a theatre. There's the face. And Mayonnaise is this beautiful script on the floor there. And I loved it, right? I was like, oh, this is amazing. Anyway, I've always loved languages and cultures and traveling. That was a big part of me before I had babies. Anyway, it turns out I didn't know something about Filipino culture that I feel like I should have. Now, did you know, this is for the second generation plus Filipinos out there, that before colonization, Filipino writing had actually its own script? Now, let me show you what it looks like. This is called Baybayin, okay? This was what the language looked like before we were colonized. Isn't that amazing? Now, my parents are from Cebu and they speak Bisaya. And then I was really shocked to learn that there's Baybayin, but there's actually one specific to Bisaya, and it's called Badlit. And check it out. I couldn't believe it. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, so I was like, this is crazy. I had no idea. I've studied Japanese, I've studied some Aboriginal languages, I've studied Indonesian, I've studied Italian, and I had no idea that Filipino and all the languages had a different writing system a long, long time ago. So that was like, wow, this is amazing. So anyway, I then found on the Philippine Embassy's Cultural Gallery's website, there was a feature and I was like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. And I wanted to share. There's a Filipino artist and his artist name is Taipan. This is Taipan Lucero, okay? And he is a Filipino artist who does like calligraphy style with the Baybayin script, okay? Have a look at his artwork. Now, does that not look, that reminds me of Mayonnaise. Now, on the Philippine, if you go to the philippineembassy.org.au, there's a feature on Taipan, but if you go to the Cultural Gallery, you'll see a video, really exciting, of Taipan doing his work. Now, what I loved about, I think Taipan did 2 things that really inspired me. One is that he worked in Japan and he realized that the Japanese really loved their culture. They were really proud. There was a way that you would breathe. There was a way that you would sit doing the writing. Anyway, he actually said, you know, it's okay to love everybody else, but let's maybe love our own culture first. And that's how I feel about my new discoveries. Like, I love all art, but I'm really going to make an effort to learn about Filipino creatives. Okay. The other thing that he said that I found really interesting was he gets the Baybayin script, so this ancestral script from the Philippines, and he adds some flares and some swirls and stuff, you know, to the writing. Now, I thought, what could an activity be today in regards to writing or making it our own? And I was thinking, do you have a signature? If you are a little person, a signature is when you write your name in a fancy way and you do it on the back of everything important. So when I'm at school, I always ask my students in the first few sessions, we have to come up with a signature, because when you do your art, you've got to have a signature. Now, so I was thinking, let me just get my paper. He was saying he adds swirls and, you know, fancy things to the script. So if my name is Yaz, okay, I might just make it higher. How can we make my name fancy? Okay, how do you make it fancy with swirls? So I actually loved getting married so I could redo my signature. But check it out, I could maybe do it like this. How about that? Or maybe I could do, let me do another one. Add some extra swirls. How can you write your name fancy? Because that's what he did with the Baybayin script. He added swirls. Let me show you the photo again to make it a bit like calligraphy. Isn't that amazing? And remember, the original guys look like this. Isn't that amazing? And there's Taipan Lucero. All right. I hope you learned something new today. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. All right. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you next Friday for Filipino Fridays and Saturday for the kids workshop with the embassy. All right. Bye, campers.